Hello friends, I have been wanting to record this video for probably a month. It's not for a particular event or anything, it's just something that's been on my mind. Actually, it's been on my heart and mind my entire life through my own experience with depression, which is what I want to talk about. But I always feel like there's this huge aspect of depression that doesn't get talked about. So first of all, if you are experiencing depression or have experienced depression, like for real, you are definitely not alone. I think most people experience depression, if not frequently, then at least at one point in their lives. And I know we've done a lot to normalize this over the past decade or so. It's definitely a lot more talked about than it used to be. So I just want to, say how much I understand what it's like to go through depression, whether it is in the attitude or if it's affecting the physical body or just like a long trend of listlessness or lethargy or loss of purpose or loss of vitality. It can manifest in so many different ways for different people, but first off, heart to heart, totally feel you, and I just want you to know you're not alone. And the piece that I really wanted to talk about, I do want to mention that for me, finding ways out of the trap of depression have been obviously infinitely creative, but also very physical. Giving the body tasks or, just exercising and moving the body can definitely help with depression, not only in the mindset, but to actually shake up the lethargy or the stagnant energy in the body. So I just want to encourage you to not give up on your body because, right, that's what happens a lot of times is that the mind kind of gives up first, or we feel emotionally distraught and like, fuck it, whatever, like we don't need to take care of this body. And then later on we regret it and we get kind of stuck. So I just encourage you to go for a walk, try to find a buddy, an accountability buddy, if that's helpful for you. Take care of your physical self. It will make a big difference, and it'll create natural endorphins and serotonin and really help. Okay. I wanted this to be a short message. It's not. So the next part I wanted to share, I just wanted to talk about the collective and cultural reality of depression, which I think we're aware of more and more, but maybe again, it's not talked about as much. And that is, the exposure factor for us modern humans. We are exposed to so much more stimulation through the lens of technology, through the expectations of our modern occupations, through the lens of technology, and through the lens of witnessing so many different types of suffering that before, we heard about in the newspapers, we were told things, but we now witness it firsthand. And I think that any sane, heartfelt person who has empathy is going to feel some level of depression in witnessing this and being exposed to it at all times, and not living in cultures where pause and presence and stillness and inward looking are exalted. Like, we don't talk about that, we don't promote that in our culture. And not only is it about a dialogue around those things, but we don't practice it. We don't learn that as youths. So I just want to bring that piece to light. Like, nothing is wrong with you if you care and you find it difficult sometimes to keep up with the modern pace. And at the end of the day, it might be even healthier, for each one of us to choose our own pace, but also to choose to take breaks, to choose to reset and recenter, to choose to find meaning and personal expressions of that meaning, and to empower that in any way you fucking can. Sorry, it feels important. um, lives are at stake here, for real. I have a very tender heart for it. I have experienced depression, like I said, my entire life since a very, very young age, to such a degree that even as a young person, like 10 years old, I was looking at myself like, dude, you're very young. Why are you so sad? And that's when I first intuitively really understood the meaning of ancestral trauma or generational trauma, because it really is passed down through the generations, the unexpressed sadness and the repressed energy of, for example, women or marginalized people. It lives in our bodies. There are many scientific studies, which I am not citating at this moment, but I am referencing, that show that trauma, memory, and repressed emotion is passed down through our generations. So, that being said, we have the wonderful and somewhat tragic responsibility of healing. Straight up. Healing not only our own experience, but the global and cultural experience of humanity, of being a person on earth. What does that mean? Are we doomed to this tragic existence, or can we find health and love in community, in transparency, and understanding what we're up against, and embracing the light as much as we possibly can by bringing dark things into the light, by finding those reliable friends and communities where you can share and heal together and be vulnerable and find trust again. All of those things are really major to healing. Moving the body, getting those natural endorphins, elevating the physical system. It's hard to build on a foundation that is dilapidated or like flattened and crushed, right? So building a foundation of personal power is major. Move the body, give yourself some good food and nourishment. I know that's a discipline when you're experiencing depression. So also reach out to somebody that you can trust, because there are wrong types of people to reach out to. I've learned that. Build allies, strong, caring people that you can trust and be vulnerable with, that will also help point you back to yourself, so that you're building responsible skills independent of other people, because codependency can happen for sure when we're experiencing depression, but we all want to be healing and powerful and bringing our wits and our gifts back to the planet. And not to put that pressure on you, especially if you're in this like throes of a depression, but just like literally wanted to talk about it. I just wanted to talk about it. I've been feeling it. I see it in people's faces. I get really uncomfortable when we kind of socially nice our way around it, and it's like, I can't stop seeing that in the world. So I just wanted to speak to it and again reiterate, you're not alone. There are some practical things for mind, body, and spirit that we can do for free every day. Deepening the breath, going to oxygenate the system, going to literally lift the systems up. Making sure you discipline yourself enough to just eat enough food, and try to eat the good food, like wholesome, non-toxic, not chemical food. Get outside, get some sun, create natural serotonin and endorphins through movement. Find a reliable ally, even if it's only one person, or start building yourself and linking into a community. And remember that like you're not crazy for being concerned, for being worried, for being stressed in a modern society where we're exposed to so much more than we ever have been. So just love to you. And I think I'll actually share a meditation that I had recorded for Aura around depression in my stories. So yeah, be well, take care, love yourself. Don't skip over the truth. If you're feeling it right now, bring your hand to your heart. Take a deep breath in, a full exhale, and remember you're not alone. I love you. Bye.